Hello, we are live. Just want to let a few people join me. This is an impromptu little 5 minute, 10 minute discussion, and I felt that it was worthwhile on a Saturday evening. I don't have my visor on, I don't have my blue book fight on Trojans, but I did want to spend some time for those of you that have been sending me direct messages, both on YouTube as well as on social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, etc. I felt it was really important for me to convey and get this message out. And if I put my glasses on, it's in order for me to see if somebody responds. Good evening to you, Bucks fan. Thank you for joining me. I wanted to put out something that I wanted to make sure that parents, student athletes, coaches, family members, etc. I want to talk directly to you. And I think it's important that when we put things out on social media, a typed message can kind of lose its tone, its context, most importantly. So if I'm able to look you in the eye, so to speak, and be able to share something with you, I think it's more beneficial. Over the course of the last few days, obviously we're in the college super regional. It's a beautiful time of the year. High school graduations, college playoffs, summer baseball kicks off for the most part. You know, American Legion, travel baseball, high school state tournaments, and if you're in the Northeast like I am, Cape Cod League, New England Collegiate League, etc. What I wanted to be able to share with parents is I want to make sure I state for the record, the last thing that I want to do is create fear. I don't want to post anything that is a scare tactic. I don't even believe in, nor do I understand at my level what the purpose of clickbait would be. Don't need it, don't want it. I want you to understand a couple of very basic messages. One, I am a baseball lifer to the core. I have a lot of friends, people I've played with and against, people I've coached with, coached against. I've developed relationships over 40 plus years. And this has allowed me to understand the processes. It helped me as a father. I, in turn, want to be able to share that with families today. I do not for one second believe anything that I went through as a parent with regard specifically to my two sons will directly pertain to you and your student athlete or your future student athlete. I was a Division III head coach. I did so for 7 years. One of my sons was a JUCO player, an NAIA player, and my other son was a Division I player. My point of telling you this is anything that I'm sharing or typing and putting out is meant to try to get parents to understand maybe some of the changes that are occurring and why they may benefit parents and student athletes to learn or do a deeper dive into this particular topic. The topic that is kind of prevalent right now is the portal. This is not anything new. The transfer portal has been around for decades. The changes to the portal are new. The amount of opportunities that student athletes now get, they're new. It's a new change. The changes at the level of college baseball, the professional division, excuse me, versus the Olympic division, those are new. Here's something that I want parents to understand. There are a lot of student athletes currently in the portal. And if you watch the Super Regional today, in particular, University of Connecticut has 7 Division III Division III athletes on their roster. One hit a home run, one pitched their team into the Super Regional. My point is this is a new era of college baseball. The portal, they have a lot of athletes in it. There'll be a lot more entering. We have until July 2nd. I don't think parents really understand when I talk about the portal. It's not to try and scare parents. It's meant to inform parents, inform student athletes. And those student athletes will continue to enter the portal all the way up and through July 3rd. Some are affected by the Major League Draft. Some thought they may have been getting drafted. They may not be getting drafted as high as they might have thought. Some high school athletes thought they might have been drafted. Maybe they're not getting to the level that they may have thought. So still a lot of gray area within the portal. Here was the point of my 2 posts this evening that seemed to rile up the masses. One, it is a fact. I don't know any other way to tell you this, but Perfect Game, the summer showcase circuit, is not what it once was. American Legion and local leagues are making a comeback. They may not be making as strong a comeback in your neck of the woods, but I can assure you that American Legion baseball, Junior Legion, and I guess we call it Senior Legion, they are getting a lot more student athletes playing and participating. And I, for one, I think it's a tremendous life experience for young student athletes to participate in. I think it brings back community. I think it brings back local relationships between student athletes and obviously coaches. My point here is not to raise the green flag or the checkered flag for American Legion. It's to tell you that I am blessed to be able to talk with college coaches at all levels. Jeff Willis at LSU Eunice, they won the national championship in JUCO at the Division II level. I talked to Division I coaches. I talked to a boatload of Division III coaches. I am from New England, and so therefore a lot of coaches in New England are Division III coaches. And to a man, almost to a man. In fact, tonight when I put my little message out there about the portal and coaches not really going to these summer events, a lot of parents took that to be, well, you're demeaning Perfect Game or, you know, PBR or any of these other showcases. No, I am not. In fact, my sons participated in those events. I am not demeaning in any way. Those businesses roll on. They're Fortune 100 entities in today's world. My point was to tell you this. College coaches, literally, almost, I'm paraphrasing because I don't want to use the word quote unquote. They're not, a student athlete in the high school level could be Mike Trout, potentially. Could be an elite Division I high school caliber athlete. But there's so much college athletes in the portal. The coaches know that those players have a resume. They have a skin in the game. And that is what they're focused on first. And so it is a reality that is part of the new portal rules that have been put in place. This is only going to magnify over the next few years as the legislation begins to get passed with the new professional P4, P5, Power 5 divisions and what that will ultimately look at. So my point of telling parents that was, you really need to understand when you're looking at your high school student athlete, they are no longer at that competitive edge as far as from a development standpoint. College coaches now know that, and I'm giving you my opinion here, all of college baseball, collectively, every level, every division has now become a JUCO program in some capacity, as we used to know JUCO to be, meaning that those players would go play, get bigger and stronger and better prepared, and then go on to play at divisions 3, 2, and 1. Now you can be in an NAIA program, you can be in a JUCO program, you can be in Division 3, you can be Division 2, mid-major Division 1, go into the portal and go from a mid-major to a Power 5 school. That's a fact. That was my point. That is what I'm trying to allow parents to understand. You need to be, in my opinion, informed. My problem with a lot of, and here's the word, travel teams. I am telling you that not every travel team is bad. Not every travel team is great. travel organizations that have become franchises. I mean, for me personally, my personal opinion, they're really going after parents of young 10 to say 16-year-olds, and parents are buying the name. It's like buying that blue chip stock. And you think like the blue chip stock, I want to put my money and invest my time, effort, and energies into the blue chip. But at all of the levels within the franchises are not the same. The other part of this is the travel organizations that have what I call a name value, and put whatever name you want to put in there, that have been around for 10, 20 years. They're creating a new business model called postgraduate schools or baseball academies. I dealt with a family this week that was being told, you need to leave your Catholic high school. They're not teaching you to hit. You should come to our high school and we'll prepare you. We'll make you a better hitter. Oh, by the way, that school is $45,000 to $50,000. What I'm trying to say to you is the business, hey, look, I understand it's a business world. Parents, you get to make your own decisions. But if we're looking at the factual numbers, the numbers of the 400, let's call it 400,000 high school athletes, both at the postgraduate levels, the conventional high school levels, those 400,000 athletes, there's only roughly 10% of those athletes that are going on to play in college. The other 90%, they leave the game after high school, which is fine. But at the end of the day, you're left with moments, memories, relationships, and friendships. That's why I want parents to understand playing American Legion baseball, playing locally, playing in your high school program, if you have a quality high school program or one that you value, that's fine. You really want to begin to understand that the college coaches are going to go the portal, then the JUCO, conventional JUCO, the postgraduate students, which is why all the academies are popping up, and then the high school student. So all I'm saying to parents is, if you're informed and you're educated, you're able to make quality decisions for your student athlete, because nobody wants to be in the portal thinking they're going to make a lateral transfer or a step up, and then come to find out when the music stops, there's no chair to sit down on. So a long 5 minutes, 10-minute spiel. And I didn't want to do this on a Saturday night. A lot of people will find their way to this over the next few weeks, the next few months, things of that nature. But while we're all enjoying the College World Series, I want you to remember on some of these teams, there's a young man that was a Division III player or a Division I player at a mid-major, and now they're getting to experience Omaha. Having lived that as a parent, I can tell you it is absolutely everything that you dream of as a parent, watching your child whose dream it was to play at that level and then ultimately win a College World Series. As a parent, it was an unbelievable dream. But I want parents to understand, really take the time to educate yourself. Really take the time to ask questions. My standard stock answer to parents is, make sure you're choosing your path. Don't chase somebody else's path. And I don't ever want someone to think, I don't like that person, I don't like that organization. That could be, there's nothing that I have in a negative way. I don't even think like that when I get up. When I'm working with college coaches, I go out of my way to make sure I maintain Switzerland. I don't try to present anyone in a negative context. I don't try to speak ill of anyone. People are going to like me. People are not going to like me. I mean, that's just the way life works. But my purpose, social media, YouTube, I try to bring you content so that you're able to hear from coaches directly. We're going to increase that and broaden that landscape to Major League Scouts. We're going to hear from Major League Scouts on how they evaluate student athletes. We're going to hear from them what is meaningful to them, what student athletes should be focusing their time, effort, and energy on. That is, and we're going to talk to college admissions departments, college financial aids departments. Trade athletic ability for academic excellence. Focus on choosing the path towards your future where your son or daughter can have an enjoyable, memorable, quality experience overall, not just within the dynamics of athletics. That, whenever you see a post by me, that is what I want you to understand as a parent. I do not go out and promote athletes that I work with. I am knee-deep helping athletes in the portal. I am knee-deep trying to help parents of high school athletes. But I do not, for the most part, I interact with parents. I talk to them via direct message. I talk to them via the phone. I do not look at it from a business perspective. I look at it as I have experience, I have contacts, I have relationships, and I want parents and student athletes. I have a lot of student athletes that'll say to me, I'm a 2025, can you help me with this? Absolutely. Here you go. Here's a contact. Don't play the game of chasing the travel teams, the travel showcases. If there's a showcase and it's about academics and it's about quality coaches that will be attending there, and you feel you have a strong interest in those schools, I'll always tell you the camps are the best way to start that. But if you feel like that showcase is going to get you exposure, okay. But also remember, showcases can create and turn your athlete into being exposed. No foot speed, not strong enough, not big enough, doesn't throw hard enough, etc. So always remember, showcases may seem like a bright light, but you can expose a weakness more than you can seek out an exposure opportunity for your student athlete. Anything that you have as a question, please take the time. Put it down below in the comments section. I respond to all questions. I respond to people who have negative feedback. It doesn't make a difference. If you have a longer question, send it via email. The last thing I want to leave you with is, you see me wearing baseball blue book gear, and I get asked this quite often. The baseball blue book has been around for 100 years, over 100 years. They have now come into the new technology-driven world, a brand new app. It is 100% free. It's free. You get to create profiles. You can send your profile out directly to college coaches. You get to interact with their social media. You get to load all your videos, all your metrics, everything pertaining to baseball and softball. You as a family can basically create your profile, a LinkedIn, so to speak, so that college coaches can begin to look and find athletes in their area. Trust me, those types of things are going on today. So I hope you get to understand the message and the tone. Big fan of American Legion. Trust me when I tell you, it's making a comeback. The numbers, the amount of student athletes going back to American Legion, it's in the thousands. It's not just a ripple effect. This is a really large wave that parents are starting to recognize. Okay, this is more bang for my buck. I get to focus on strength, size. I get to develop my skill set. I get to play locally, and I don't have to throw my summer away to go travel and deal with rain delays and rain shortened games and hour-long games. Those, they're not as attractive as they might have been years before. So thank you for taking the time. I took up way too much of your time on a Saturday evening. All the best to your summer and the summer of baseball. Anything that I can ever do for you as parents or student athletes, please take the time to reach out. If there's a specific coach you want to find, go into the Blue Book, put the school in. It'll send you their social media profiles, their email addresses, their contact information. And if I can help with an introduction, I'm happy to do so. Have a great week in baseball. Enjoy the College World Series next week. Make sure to watch it, and hopefully someday you get to go. Thank you.